What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 steps that every new trader, every trader in general, should follow to become a consistently profitable trader. Before we get into that, if you enjoy the content on this channel, do hit that subscribe button because I will be posting at minimum a few times a week. And if you gain any value from this video, smash that like button because it really does help get these videos out to more people. And let's jump right into it. So step one, what is step one that every trader should follow to become profitable? And that step is to figure yourself out. You need to figure out, what kind of trader are you? And probably more importantly, what time frame are you comfortable trading? Are you more of an intraday trader? Maybe you look at the 30-minute chart, right? 30 minutes. Maybe you look at the 30-minute, or maybe you cannot handle that is just way too fast for you. Your emotions are all over the place, and you cannot handle it, right? It's not in your personality, which is fine. I'm sort of the same way, right? I don't really like trading lower time frames too much, as far as I know, and so you might want to trade the 4-hour chart in that case, or even the daily, right? So I fall more into the 4-hour category. I love trading the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour charts, right? So I'm more of a higher time frame guy, right? I do better when it moves slower, holding trades for a week or more. That fits me. Yeah, I won't trade as much, right? I'm not going to trade every day or even multiple times a day. I might trade, a few times a week. But, that's fine. It's about being consistently profitable and figuring out what works for you, right? So this is step number one, is figure yourself out. What kind of time frame fits you best, right? And also sort of figure out what kind of strategy fits you best, right? In terms of, are you more of a technical trader, right? You do a lot better with patterns and, figuring out systems, right? Stats and back testing, technical, right? Or are you more fundamental, right? You're more intuition, you're good at sort of following up with the news and, really both of these work. You don't have to do both like I do, right? I combine fundamentals and technicals. That works for me. But you can be one or the other, right? You can be purely fundamental. That is more difficult, right? I do think if you're a fundamental trader, you do still need some technical analysis to help you with your trades. But yeah, so that's step number one, is figure yourself out. Figure out, sort of what kind of strategy will work for you. In terms of technical or fundamental, right, and time frame. So that's step number one. Boom. Step number two. What is step number two? That is going to be find a mentor or find a mentor with a strategy that fits your description, right? That fits what you just did on the last slide. Fits the time frame you work best in, etc. Or create your own. You can create your own strategy, right? You don't have to learn from somebody, right? Despite what a lot of people might say, you can create your own. It might take longer, it might be harder, but it's entirely possible. Right, so that's step number two, is either find a mentor with a strategy that works for you, right? Maybe you trade on the 30-minute chart and you find someone that also trades the 30-minute chart, and of course you need to make sure they're legit, that they're a profitable trader, that they're a good trader, whatever. But anyways, find somebody, maybe they trade the 30-minute chart, you are suited for that kind of time frame, and you will learn from them, and you learn the strategy, right? That works, or you can create your own. So this is step number two, is strategy creation. finding an edge, finding something that works, right? And you can also backtest at this stage. If you can backtest the strategy, not every strategy you can backtest. Um, so that's something you need to keep in mind. But anyways, backtesting strategy on this phase as well, just to make sure it's viable, right? Because forward testing takes longer than back testing. So if you can back test, that's great, because you can go through a year or 2 years or even more years worth of charts and trades in a single day if you just sit down and do it. Whereas if you're forward testing, it's going to take some weeks to even get an idea if it's profitable. Whereas if you back test, it might only take a few days to figure out if a strategy is even profitable, right? So that's step number 2, is strategy creation and finding an edge. Right? Finding an edge meaning it is profitable. I think too many people struggle with having a strategy that doesn't even work. Having a strategy that's not even, the stats don't allow them to make money. Right? You're fighting an uphill battle. No matter how disciplined you are, you're still not going to make money, right? So find a good strategy and one that fits you. So what's step 3? Well, step 3 is trading that strategy, but with a caveat. But, strong but there. Big but there. All right, so what is that but? That is that you should trade this strategy either with a small live account, right? Because you want to make sure you can follow it, and also just to double check that it is in fact profitable and you can stick with it and it fits your personality. Either trade a small live, trade demo, which I don't recommend as much because you don't have the emotions there. Yeah, I mean, those are really the only options. I don't recommend trading a big live account at this stage because you're just starting to trade the strategy and trade the edge, etc. But you can do one of these two, this one being preferable, right? So trading a very small live account, or maybe trade demo for a month or something, or a few weeks or 2 months, whatever your time frame is, how quick you want to progress. Obviously, the longer, probably the better. Trade demo, follow it strictly. Do not take throwaway trades just because it's fake money, right? You're here to perfect your edge. You're not here to see how much money you can make with a demo account. Otherwise, you're just gonna, risk it all on a single trade for no reason. So trade a demo like it's live. So treat the demo, with respect. Trade your rules, right? Because your strategy should have rules, and follow it. Or you can just jump into a small live account, whatever small means for you. I recommend at least $100, right? Because otherwise you're going to be over leveraging. At least 100, more like 500, and then trade it. Maybe build it up to 600, which is 20%, or maybe even 700, which is like 40%, to make sure that it's profitable. That might take 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but do that. Make sure it's profitable. Emotions are still there because it's real money, but you're not losing a ton of money if it turns out it's not profitable, or you can't follow it, right? If you can't follow it because your emotions, you need to go back to the drawing board, and maybe make your system a bit more systematic. Maybe make it more. Maybe you set some pending orders. Make it so that there's not much emotion involved, because what kills a lot of traders is emotion. So if you can make your strategy emotionless, you're gonna end up better. Or maybe you're not even fit for trading. If you can just really not handle your emotions and you're always just all over the place and you can never seem to follow your rules, hey, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you need to do something else. Trading is not for everyone. I mean, everyone can do it, but it's not for everyone. And some people realize that after 3 years. Some people realize that after a month. Okay, actually, no. You can't realize that after a month because you really don't know what trading is after a month. But a lot of people think that it's not for them because they're doing it wrong. But anyways, let's move on to step 4. So once you do all this, you've built up your small live account a little bit. You're profitable. You're following your rules. Everything seems really nice and perfect. Then we move on to step 4. What is step 4, you might ask? Well, I'm about to share with you what step 4. Floor. What is step 4? So step 4 is to follow your plan. That's it. You're profitable. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to go buy any more courses. You don't need to go fly out to some trading seminar. You don't need to go nothing. That's it. This is the only step you need to do to make money is to follow your rules, follow your plan. And you should make money because going back here, you traded your small live account. Maybe you were able to gain 40%, let's say, which is pretty good if you're, let's say, risking around 1% per trade, right? That's a great return after a few months or no however long it takes you. Maybe it'll take 6 months, 7, 8 months to get this. That's fine, right? Your goal is to make money. It's not a race. So if you can do that, then all you need to do is follow your plan and you should make money. And then you can, obviously at this point, no longer have to trade the small live account, and you're only making hundreds of dollars with your small live account over months and months. Then you can scale up to adding, depending on your financial situation, add in a few thousand, trade that and make 10, 20% return with that, because now your numbers are different. Now your risk is different. Instead of risking $1 or $5 or $10 per trade on your small live account, now maybe you're risking $100 or $50 per trade, which can, sort of mess some people up. So get comfortable with that amount, make some profits, 10, 20%, and then if you have more money, of course, disposable money, don't be putting your rent money into a trading account. You're just stupid if you do that. Then you can start adding a few more thousand, a few more thousand, a few more thousand. And then eventually, you look at it 3 years and you're making good money. You might have 30K or of course it depends on your situation. But maybe you'll have 30K in your account and you're making 15K a year off of that. Or whatever the situation is. 15K a year, that's a great start. And especially with low risk, and that's it. I mean, that's it. Then you just need to scale up, add more money, whatever, whatever, whatever. Tweak your system if you find things could be improved. Maybe you can improve, maybe change where you put your stop loss. Test that out to make it more profitable, or test out your targets. Maybe you can extend it a little further, and over time, that will help your profitability. Whatever it is, whatever you need to tweak, if there's any tweaks to make it more profitable, then you can test that out. But that's it. That's it. First, what kind of trader are you? Okay, you figure that out. That might take a few months even, or longer. I mean, this isn't a slow process. It might take a year to figure out what time frame suits you. Um, then you need to really hone in on your strategy. Either create your own or find someone with a strategy, or what a lot of people do, find some mentors, a few, buy a couple courses, take a little from each, and create a strategy around what the good things you find in each mentor. You can do that too. So a little bit of mix and match. So sort of a hybrid between creating your own and just finding a strategy, right? Then trade it. Make sure it's profitable. Make sure it fits you. Make sure you can follow it. And then that's it. Just keep on repeating the process, take good trades, and make money. That's it, guys. That's the 4 steps. And I think if every new trader sees this, aka smash that like button. If every new trader sees this, I think it'll save them a lot of time and headache. And some people might see this and say, hey, look, I'm not interested in trading enough to go through 3 years just to start making consistent money, or 2 years, or however long this 4 steps take you. I'm good. I don't like it enough. And that's fine. If you can admit, I'm not interested in this enough to do it for that long, but without making money, that's great. Go find something that will interest you enough to where, you can stick with it, for a few years And obviously, if you plan on doing this long term, you're gonna stick with it for a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades. So what's 2 years of figuring it out? But anyways, that's it for this video. Hit that like button if you gained some value. Do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
I come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box. Nobody telling me what I should rock. Nobody telling me what I should